Hello, and welcome to this episode of Smelley, Elle, Chirstmas. Today, on this episode, we're going to be taking a little gander on what's inside here with the Christmas spirit. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and open this box right here, wide open. Would you look at that? It's a Canon AE1. Considered to be one of America's finest and sought-after cameras, this is the perfect beginner and professional film camera for anyone looking to dive a little deeper into the film realm. The Canon AE1 is the perfect camera for you. If you're lucky enough to find this camera in your hands, there are a few things that you may want to know about the Canon AE1 before taking her outside and shooting her in the real world. So we're going to want to hop over to this back, and first and foremost, we're going to want to learn how to load the film. So what we're going to do here is simply open the film winder, push her up in a upwards thrusting motion, and just like that, the back will simply open. You're going to want to insert your film canister right here. You can close this, make sure that she's in there. You're going to want to pull forward, lock her in to these sprockets right here. Give her one pull. She should be secured. So what you're going to want to do now is simply just push the back to its closing position, and then simply fire the shutter, fire the shutter, fire the shutter. One more time. It is important that you're going to want to do that 3 times so you burn off all those frames that were exposed to light, so you can start shooting happy and well exposed images. And now that we have our film loaded, it's important that we tell the camera which ISO film we have loaded into the camera. So what you're going to want to do is simply just push this to the side, get that out of the way just a little bit. And this number right here is where you're going to tell the camera what you've inserted into it. So right now we're sitting at around 400 ISO. Simply to change this, all you're going to want to do is pull up this silver. You see that? That'll pull up, and then you can simply twist it. It's a little finicky. It's going to want to move the shutter a little bit, the shutter speeds, but if you get in the right position, hold this, you can easily change it from 400 to any ISO desired. Now that our camera has been loaded and we've told it the appropriate ISO, we're going to want to start learning the specs of taking a photo. First and foremost, we're going to want to mess with this aperture knob right here. We have anywhere from 1.8 to 16, and then we have this fancy A right here, which I'm presuming is going to be very useful in this camera's life. We're going to want to press this button right here. After pressed, you can just slide it right over there, and essentially what this will do is it will automatically detect the light around you and adjust the aperture according to that light situation, whether it be low light or high light. This camera will tailor to your needs. Second off, we're going to want to talk about this focus ring right here. Before we look through the viewfinder, let's just take a look. All the way to infinity. Now we are looking through the viewfinder of the Canon AE1. While we look through this, let me place my finger on the shutter button and click halfway down while we explore what capabilities the automatic light metering system of this camera can do. As I press down halfway, you can notice the speedometer here flick all the way down to the bottom of the aperture numbers. You can also notice that there's a red flashing light. This means that where my shutter speed is right now, this photo is going to be deeply underexposed. Where my camera is currently sitting at is around 500th of a second on the shutter dial. So let's tune that down to about, say, 60. And let's look through the viewfinder one more time and press the shutter down halfway. Now looking through the viewfinder, after having adjusted the shutter speed, let's click the shutter button down halfway one more time and see what happens. Wow, look at that! No more red flashing light. That means that wherever this automatically lands is going to be a good image. While we're on the topic of the shutter button, there are just a couple more things that you might like to know. First off, we're going to push this way. Doing so will lock the shutter button, so if you want to put this away in a bag or something, this won't automatically fire and waste a frame. If we're going to want to put it the other way, till it clicks to the right, once we fire the shutter button, you will see this red button start to blink. That means you have 10 seconds to position yourself and get ready for the automatic timer. Once you've shot all your photos, and this frame counter here gets to the last number on however many exposures you have on your film canister, you're going to want to rewind the film so you can take her out. One important feature on this camera is this button right here, the film release knob. If you push this down, it'll stay down, allowing you to open up this and wind until she is appropriately wound up. Once you know that you've wound all of the film, go ahead and give her a push-up, open the back, and you may remove your film canister. Now, I could just go on and on about the Canon AE1, but for the sake of this episode, there are just a couple other features that I would like to mention as a part of this camera. Hot shoot for flash, depth of field button, and this here nifty compartment for the battery that primarily embodies the functions of this here camera. Now that we've learned a few things about the Canon AE1, I do wish you happy filming, happy holidays, and a very merry, smelly Elle Christmas. You still catch my